So let's start recording. So yes, yesterday we discussed about print, right? We discussed about type. We discussed about comment, right? What comments are. We discussed about different data types, correct? Data types. So we discussed that you can use int, float, string, bool, and complex. So these are the basic data types, okay? The data can be in basically in at minimum level, lowest level. This is the structure. At higher level, we'll talk about more, right? When you club multiple values together, what happens? One dimensional, two dimensional, what happens? Things like that. We'll talk later. Okay, so these were mainly our topic of discussion yesterday. Now I want to start with variables. We did discuss what variables are, right? Variables are it's like a text kind of thing where you can store a value. And of course, they're called variables because the value can change, right? So initially you can say 5 and then you can change it to 50, correct? You can always change the value of the variables, okay? Now there's some rules that we need to understand. Rule is that your variable has to start with a text. Okay, I cannot say one num. Okay, I cannot say, like one num, right? This is wrong. Okay, this will not be accepted as a variable, but you can always say num1. So your variable name, okay, will accept, okay, so let me write here, will accept text, numbers, and underscore. Underscore is the only special characters. So it is probably I should not use text. I should say alphabets. Okay, A to Z, and it is case sensitive. So uppercase and lowercase would mean different values, right? So you can create a variable name with alphabets, numbers 0 to 9, and underscore. So underscore is the only special character that you can use while creating a variable name, right? So I can say num1, I can say num underscore 1, I can say first underscore num, right, equal to 10, but I cannot say 1 underscore num, right? This is not acceptable. Okay, you cannot start name with your number. Okay, that's the only thing you have to keep in mind, and that you cannot use comma, full stop, hyphen, all those characters. Okay, only underscore is the special character that you can use. Okay, so that's how we define a variable. Okay, now so let's create one simple example here. So instead of using first num, let's say we say price equal to say 25 rupees. Okay, and quantity that we buy is, let's say, 15. So okay, I think this is Kuldeep, I guess. Okay, so price is 25 and quantity is 15, right? And I'm going to say total cost. So what would be the total cost? So total cost will be price into quantity, right? Price into quantity. Now, advantage of writing as price into quantity is that, okay, is that if you change the price, let me print the total cost, right? First, and then you can see the change. So let me push it up. 375, right? Now, if I change the price to something else, let's price reduce to 21, right? This will also change to 315, right? From 375, it will come down to 315. So that's another usage of variables. Okay, you don't have to manually go and change the values at every places. Okay, you don't have to change values at every places. Okay, so I'm going to put Kuldeep, I'll put on mute. Okay, there's background noise coming from your side. So so total cost will automatically get reflected. Okay, if you increase the quantity to 19, okay, price will increase to 399, correct? So you don't have to worry about changing at multiple places. So you define the value once, okay, you define the value once, and everywhere else you start using the variable name. Okay, so you start using the variable name everywhere else. So if you have to make any changes to the value, you go and make changes in the value in the first position, and you make the changes there, automatically everything else will get reflected, right? Will get changed. Okay, so this is what happens here. Okay, I don't have to manually change price and quantity. Okay, this is where I have defined, and any changes, only one place to change. Okay, and since we are reusing the variable names, okay, the value will be automatically reflected, isn't it? Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. And as I said, okay, whenever you want me to explain again, please stop. Okay, all of you are from yes.
Sir, explain again, sir.
No, see,
So
you
that underscore wala, sorry, that underscore wala part I didn't get it.
okay. So see, whenever you want me to explain, right, don't tell me explain again. You tell me what you do not understand, ask me that to explain. Explain again means how do I know I have to again go back and explain everything? No. That's why you have to listen to me and tell me I did not understand line number 5. I did not understand underscore. So something like that you have to tell me. Was it Bala?
Sir,
Yes, Bala, tell me what you want me to explain.
yesterday classes also I cannot.
You cannot understand, Bala?
Yeah, sir.
Hmm. Okay.
We
Where do you stay in Hyderabad, Bala?
I'm in Miapur, sir.
Miapur. Why don't you come down to my home? Okay. So you asked about underscore, right? See, underscore, it is the same name. Okay. Just that when you are, this is a variable name, right? So in what I said is, in variable name, you can use alphabet, numbers, or underscore. So this is one name. Just like this is one variable, this is one variable, this is another variable. Okay, and this variable is dependent on first and second variable. So third variable is equal to first variable into second variable, right? It's like name. Okay, it's like name. Just like we all have name, this is also name. Okay. Yes, no, guys, did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, so now when I print total, you get total as 399. Okay. Now, okay, so this is what we saw yesterday also, right? When we can print a value, it prints. So instead of total cost, I could even say price into quantity here, right? So I don't need total cost in this case. I can comment this out and I can say price into quantity. But what happens, let's say if you have to use at 2-3 places. So every time you have to say price into quantity, price into quantity, price into quantity. And once you make mistake, you said price plus quantity, you get totally different answer. All right. So it is better that we define a variable. Okay. And then we give the formula here. So if you, even if you have to use at 5 different places, you're not risking to get wrong, right? That's one point. Second point is, let's say, if I add plus by mistake here, let's say I add plus, okay, and I'm using total cost at multiple places here, or in line number 12 I'm using, and in 16 I'm using, multiple places I'm using. When I test it, I realize that, oh, there's something wrong here, correct? Now everything will come wrong, isn't it? Now if I go and fix it, then everything will come correct. That's the point of using variable names. Okay, You make mistake, you make one correction, only one correction will fix all your mistakes. If I had used price and quantity everywhere, then I would again go back and have to check 10 places if that is correct or not. Right? So that's why try to use variable names as much as possible, okay, which will help us to make our program easy, more efficient. Okay, writing program is one part, maintaining program is even more difficult. Okay, tomorrow something goes, you have to make changes. Now you have written an application which works on Windows 11. Then later Windows 15 comes after 10 years. You have to go back and make your program compatible with Windows 11, isn't it? Maybe something might change in later version of Python. Python will make some changes in future. So you have to go back to your program and make the changes. So your program should be easy to change. Okay. So you can, now when you run it, so, you get this. Okay. Now let's say I want to print in different fashion. Okay. In the sense, I want to print completely. Now, when you see 399 on the screen, you don't know what is 399, correct? I want to give price, I want to give quantity, and I want to display total cost, all three variables. Okay. So maybe, something like this I can write. I can say print price, something like this. Given price is, then you say price, comma, quantity bought is, you give comma, and you say quantity. Given price is 21 and quantity, and I'll say and here, okay? And quantity bought is quantity. So total cost will be total cost, correct? So given topic, given price is price, and to quantity bought is quantity. So total cost will be total cost, right? So when I run it, it makes more sense, right? Given price is 21 and quantity bought is 19. So the total cost will be 399, right? So it gives complete information to the user. Now, again, if you change the price to for 51, you change the quantity to 23, okay, you would still get the right information. That's the point of using variable names and text. Text which never get changed, right? Like given price is, quantity bought, this will not get changed. So you put that in quotation. And things that will get changed, like your variable names, price, quantity, total cost, you give outside the quotation. Okay. And you get something like this. Okay. There's something called as format string. We'll talk about F string. It's called F string, which stands for format string. What it says is, see, when you have only one text and one variable, then it's fine. This is variable, isn't it? So this is text, this is variable. So when you have one text and one variable, then it's easy to close quotation, give comma. But when you have so many things, right, it becomes difficult to close quotation, comma, then again close quotation, open quotation, right? It can get confusing. So Python gives you another way to deal with this example. So it says here, okay, you don't have to do, so you write print here, and we'll say F and quotation. F before quotation. Here there is no F. So this is normal text. Here you put F, okay? It says, okay, you don't have to do quotation, close quotation, open quotation so many times. Okay, you just copy and paste, okay, this text here as it is. And then you put everything as one quotation only, not multiple quotation. So quotation and comma is gone. Comma, quotation is gone. Okay, only one quotation we are going to do. Only one quotation we are going to do. So you see this? Only one quotation, right? Nowhere else we are giving quotation. Now, when we run this, we get given price is price, quantity is quantity, right? Because how will Python know that price, quantity, and total cost is a variable? We have to somehow mark it differently, isn't it? We have to mark it differently so that we know, or Python will know that, okay, this is a variable and we have to use it differently. This is variable and we have to use it differently, right? So we have to mark it in something different so that Python will know, okay, this is a variable name and I need to handle it differently. I need to handle it differently, right? So here you put curly bracket. You put curly bracket. So I'm saying to Python that these are the text I'm putting in curly bracket. The text I'm putting in curly bracket. This is not your normal variable. This is not your normal variable. This is not your normal text. Okay, these are not your normal text, but these are variables. So now F string, format string, knows, okay, these are variables. So I should not be printing this as it is. I should not be printing this as it is, but I should be actually replacing the content here with the actual value. Okay, so you see, same output we got. So when you have multiple variables to deal with, right? Generally, if it is one, I don't use F string. I use first this method only. But when you have more than one, okay, then I prefer this. I use this. Okay, so now you have this option. You can continue to use like this, or you can use this, right? This is more better, right? More efficient way of writing. Okay, so you can do the same thing using this. So, okay, normal print, you have to put the text in quotation and variable without quotation. But when you're dealing with F string, format string, you have to put everything in one single quotation, whether it's variable or text, doesn't matter. Everything is in quotation. But somehow we have to mark variable differently. Somehow we have to mark variables differently. Okay, that's where we have to use this curly bracket or flower bracket. Yes, and now when you run this, okay, you will, the output will be very much like the previous case. So exact word to word is same. And with format string, okay, we are also getting advantage of formatting the string. Okay, when I say formatting, you can even format these variables. Now let's say price is 51.9876. Assume 98.76, 4-digit. Assume, okay. Generally, you don't have price in 4-digit, maximum 2-digit. But assume, let's say, price comes to 4-digit. Okay. Now, when I run it, okay, of course, you get 4-digit here, right? But I don't want 4-digit. I want to display only 2-digit. Okay. So in flower bracket, you have option to put colon here. Okay. Colon, left of colon is your variable. That is going to give us the value. Okay. Variable or value. Okay. That gives us the value. On right of colon, we define the format of that number or text. Okay. In this case, it is float, right? We'll define a float format. So I'm going to say I want only 2 decimal places, okay, or 2 values after decimal places. So decimal to float F, 0.2F. Point indicates decimal value, 2 indicates 2 values, 2 numbers after decimal, and F is float. Okay, so it is a convert into float format. So now when you run it, now you see you get 51.99, not 51.98. Because I said 2, it has performed rounding off. It has rounded it off to 2 decimal places. That's why I say 0.2. If you want 0 decimal place, you can say 0.0. 0.1 is 1 decimal place. 0.2, 0.3, you can decide how many decimal places you want. So 0.2 F4 float. Okay. And then you get the value here. Everyone. And since your total cost has also become something like this, so I can put here also 0.2 F. And now when you run it, okay, you get 2 decimal places only. Easy? Yes, no?
Yes.
So we can change as per our wish, right? 2, 3,
Yes,
4, anything we
exactly.
want.
Yes, yes.
Can we change it to integer? Like I only want first 2 digit, not after the decimal point. Is that possible?
No, you can't change the integer part. Okay,
Like, see, the price value is 51.9876,
correct.
but in output, the calculation should happen only on 51, not leave after whatever after the dot.
Correct. So you cannot do that here.
Okay.
Okay. For 2 reasons. One, see, when you say 51.98, it is close to 52, right?
Right.
So it will not be, I mean, if you want to do it on 51, actually it will not be 1195. It will be actually much less, right? It will be 1160 or 70.
Right.
Right. So, so if you just want to do on 51, you have to change the value here itself.
Okay.
Okay. Here itself, you have to convert into integer format. Okay. So now what I'll do is I will say int, sorry. So int, right? I will say int of. Now, when I say int of, you see, it has got
Got it.
converted into 50. So yeah, see, it's 73, not 93. Right? So you have to change the value there itself.
Okay.
And now this is integer, but still I'm saying convert into float F. So it converted into float.
And given 0, 0. Okay.
Given 0, 0.
Got
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you can convert a float value into integer. Okay. And then it will work. Or second thing is you convert into string and then manipulate using string functions, which we'll do later. Okay. How many characters you want to display. But it is purely if you want to, still you want to perform multiplication, then better to convert into integer and then you perform the addition, subtraction, or multiplication in this case.
Got it.
Okay. So this is about how to format your float. We can format the output using print here. So F is to format the print output. You can format float values. Now, since we're talking about formatting, let's see how to format a string value also. So let's say I give player equal to, let's say Sachin, okay, and country, let's say we say India, okay, and position, let's say we say opener. Okay, now to print something like this, I'm going to say print F, and I'm going to say Sachin, player, okay, is an opener, right? So position. Okay, player Sachin is an opener and plays for country, let's say. Okay, now when we run it, you see Sachin is an opener and plays for India. Okay. Now let's take another example. Okay, this time the player value, country and position value is different. Okay, I'm going to use, let's say, some Zimbabwe. Let's say, you know, position, we say wicket keeper. Okay, and name also, let's say we give some Mangwa Bay, something like that. Okay, some big name. Now, when you print this output, okay, so you see Sachin and Mangwawe and okay, so you get same information. But let's say we want to print in such a way that name comes exactly below name. Okay, so you know, something like this. So is should be exactly below is something like this, and should be something like this. Okay, something like this we want to display, right? So you get you know, is exactly below this. So if Sachin is smaller, you want to print some space here. Okay, now let's say we'll have something here also. Sachin is in a position place for country in international matches, let's say in international matches, something like this. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and paste it here too. Okay, so now we want this to be printed here, right? Okay, we want it to be printed here, right? So, you know, so exactly the common text should be one below another. So how do we do that? Okay, so since this is a text and, you know, so we will put colon here. Colon indicates that we want to format, right? Before colon, left of colon is the value. And right of colon is the formatting that you are going to do. Left of colon is the value, right of colon is the formatting that you want to do. Okay. Okay. So I want to do formatting here so that there's an extra space here. Okay. So we have concept called padding. Okay. And padding is there in every language. Okay. Excel or Java, C++, any language you do padding. Padding means we fix a number of spaces for a name. Okay, so now for name, I fix 20 spaces, let's say. I want to fix 20 spaces. Fine. So we are giving 20 spaces. We are assigning 20 spaces for both Sachin and all the names for that matter. Okay, because okay. Okay, let's do it here and then we'll go back and copy the same thing there. So this is your number of spaces that you are assigning for the name. And then you have to indicate, now you have 20 spaces and let's say Sachin is only 7 letters. So where exactly should it fit in the 20 spaces? Okay, should it be like, this is called as left alignment. Okay, left alignment means left side values get you know, will be allocated, and right side all the blank will be available, right? So in this case, if I give 20 spaces here, so this side values will be added and right side blank will be added. This is called left alignment. So to indicate here, you have to say go left, go arrow towards left. That is less than, isn't it? Okay, so I'm saying go left. So I'm saying text go left. So I'm saying player is a text. To player, I'm giving 20 spaces. Okay, so you have got 20, but shift, like, you know, you have family members, but you got a big bus. So you're asked to sit at the back. Okay, so this is like aligned, left alignment. I'm saying text go left. So when you run it, you see 20 spaces is reserved for name and the name is pushed towards left. Okay, so if this is 10 letter word, so you have 10 spaces, blank spaces on the right. Okay, so maybe 20 is too much, let me make it 15. Okay, and I'll do same thing here also in first. Now when you run, you see, since 15 spaces are reserved, okay, so you get 15 spaces, and is from the 16th space. So in both the cases, is comes from 16th space, right? So is exactly below each other. Now comes to this position. Okay, so I'll put 15 for position also, but this time I want to make it a right alignment. So right alignment, okay, you have to use greater than sign, greater than. I'm saying go towards right. So you have 15 blank spaces, and I'm saying text should be moved towards right. Text should be moved towards right. Go right, go right, go right. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So here also I'm going to make right and see the output. So here also 15 spaces got reserved. Okay, and text is moved to the right side. So your blank spaces is on the left. So blank spaces is on the left. Here also, this is probably 12 letters. So 3 characters or 3 spaces is blank on the left. So text is going towards right, go right. Okay. Now comes to country here. Now here, let's say I want to make it centrally aligned. Not left, not right. Central means if you have 10 blank spaces, 5 blank will be on the left, 5 will be on right. If you have 9, 5 will be on the left, 4 will be on the right. So we say centrally aligned. So equally, the blank spaces will be distributed on both the side. So we'll say colon. Let's say we put 15 spaces, and I'm saying centrally, right? Go up, go up. You see that hat sign, shift 6 hat. This is like telling go to the center. Okay, and this is how it will be centrally aligned. Okay, now let's run it and see. So see, name, we have given 15 spaces and name is left aligned, is exactly below each other. Then opener is right aligned, position is right aligned, and place 4 is exactly below each other. Now here we made country as centrally aligned. So equal number of spaces is left on both the side. Right? Equal number of spaces is left on both the side. Okay, and see, in international matches has come exactly below each other. So you can use padding concept to do this. Yes. Clear, everyone? Okay. So there are 2 more concepts. Okay. One is again another important concept. We call it as scape character, scape sequence. Scape sequence or scape character. Okay. In Python, and it is correct in the C+ or Java also, it is represented with this backslash. Okay. Scape sequence means I'm telling, okay, give me special power. I'm saying give special power. Okay, this is how you need to understand. Okay, I'll tell you what exactly means. But when you say scape sequence, it gives special power, right? It gives wings to the characters. Okay, so let's say if I print A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, right? So when you run it, of course, it is printed as it is, right? But scape sequence actually gives wings to some of the characters. If I give to /n, okay, see, it works only within quotation, only within the text. I want to print, a /n, but if I do /n, okay, it breaks the line. It's for new line, okay? So /n creates new line. The content will be moved to next line. So see here, without this one. Now, if I put it here, okay, you run it. Okay. Now again, quotation also has problem here. So let me put something like Z here. Okay. Now, if you see PyCharm is intelligent, so it will give you the color change. You see, when earlier color is dark blue, isn't it? Here also it is dark blue, right? Now, when I remove it, and I put backslash before Z, not all characters gets power when you put backslash. slash Z is not getting any power. So when you run this, so slash Z is printed like slash Z only. So escape sequence gives power to some characters, not to all characters. Okay, it gives power to some characters, not to all characters. Most commonly used are slash n and slash t. So when you say slash n and when you run it, okay, it goes to next line, new line. Slash t, if you do, okay, it will actually give a tab space. Okay, tab number of spaces, 4 spaces. So tab is settings that you do in operating system. Okay, you can change the setting. By default, you have tab, right? When you here you type tab, or in Notepad or Word document you say tab, it actually gives you some spaces, right? So these are like 4 spaces by default. So here you get 4 spaces. So slash t stands for tab, slash n stands for new line. These are the mostly used the escape characters. Okay, now you can actually do with slash a b c d backslash. Okay, only backslash. You do with a b c d and see what result you get. But as I said, slash n and slash t is what we are going to use in future. So these are the mostly used, which you need to remember. Okay, now we know that slash z does nothing. Okay, slash y, if you see, does nothing. X does nothing. W does nothing. Okay, now when you run it, okay, so what happens is slash x, okay, you see, it gives a Unicode value. Okay, so that's why you cannot give slash x also, but slash w is fine. Okay, all these are fine. Okay, so it gives power to only few characters, not to all characters. Okay, so slash n is for new line, slash t is for tab space. Okay, great. Now let's say I do not want to, let's do it this way. I want to print something like this. I want to print slash n is used for new line in Python. I want to print this simple statement that slash n is used for new line in Python. Now see here, one more thing. This backslash works for single character, never. Okay, never works for 2 characters. Backslash, okay, if it works, it will work for only next character. It will not work, like it's not working for slash y slash z. If it works, it will work only for 1 character on the right. It will work for only 1 character on the right. Okay, not for more than 1 character. Okay, so now here I want to say slash n is used for new line in Python. This is what I want to print as it is. So if I copy this and if I say print, okay, quotation, and I put this, what will happen when you run it? See,
As it is.
no,
No.
slash n is giving new line, isn't it? Slash n, that's what we
Yeah.
see. Okay, slash n creates a blank line, new line. So what happened? Our cursor was here, but since we use slash n, it broke the line. And then is space is used for Python is printed. So this blank line is printed because of this slash n. So it will not print as it is. Okay, this slash will have power with n, t, x, and it has different meaning. It has different meaning. Okay, so how do I do? I want to print slash n. How do I do? Okay, so you have to remove that power, isn't it? Because slash with n creates new line. So if you use it even by mistake, it will break the line. Okay, it will take you to new line. Okay, but I don't want to. I don't want n to take that power. I don't want n to take that power. So I need to remove the power of backslash. I have to take back the power. How can I take back the power? Whatever gives power can only take back the power, right? God can give you life, only God can take life. So if backslash gives you power, only backslash will take away the power. So whenever you have backslash, if you put 2 backslashes together, it will be formed as 1 backslash. Okay, so 2 backslashes will always give you 1 single backslash. Okay, so backslash is giving us power, and backslash is also used to take away the power. When you if you want to use backslash n, we can't use backslash n. So we give 2 backslashes and n. Okay, clear? 2 backslash, if you do, you will get 1 backslash. Yes, no, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Kuldeep, did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's say I want to print something like this. Double backslash n will actually give you slash n in Python, let's say. Okay, I want to print something like this. So what will happen? How do I do that? If I say print, and if I put something like this, so this will be, okay, see the output. What happened? These 2 slashes will become 1 slash. So you get slash n only. Instead of double slash n, you're getting single slash n. Is actually give you new line in Python, which is true, right? But this is not what we want. We want double slash n to give single slash n. So what we do here, of course, we want 1 single slash n, right? So you put 1 extra slash, correct? We want 2 slashes, right? So I'll put, if I put 1 slash, what happens? These 2 together will form 1 slash, and then you end up getting slash n, right? So you get 1 slash and then change the line, new line. So I have to give 1 more slash here. So if you give 6 slashes, you get 3 slash. If you give 100 slashes, you get 50 slash. 2 slash together, 2 backward slash, not forward slash. Forward slash is like any other character, okay? There's no special thing about forward slash. Backward slash only is special in any programming language, okay? Java, C++, Python, everywhere. It is backward slash only. So backward slash is called escape character, okay? It actually changes the meaning of the next character, what comes after itself. Okay, so when you put 2 slashes together, it will make 1 single slash. If you give 6 slashes together, you will get three slashes, right? So now, see, we got what we wanted. Yes. Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 2 small concept, okay, very small concept. One is, in Python, indentation is very important. What is indentation? Indentation is the number of spaces that you give before first character. So if you see here, every line that I have written from the beginning. Even if you give 1 space here, already PyCharm is making it red underline, right? When you run it, you get error, indentation, unexpected indent. Indent is also part of programming in Python. In Java, C++, if you were programming, your teacher would say, indentation is good, you should give indentation, but your program would not have any problem if you give or not give indentation. There's a big meaning of indentation in Python, which we'll do, or maybe after a couple of classes. So, okay, now see here, after, where did I hit delete? Now, okay, after this, it doesn't matter, okay? So let's say if I give space here, it's not going to matter, okay? You still get same output. Only thing is the first, before you write your first character, you should not give space. Okay? If you get space, you'll have problem. Okay?
Okay, sir.
That's one. And second thing is, every programming language, okay, Java, C++, ends with semicolon. Okay? Python also has semicolon. Not that Python doesn't have, it has semicolon, but it is not mandatory. If you give also, no change. If you don't give also, no change. Okay? So if there is no change, then why to give, isn't it? If there is no change, if it has no impact, then why to do it? Correct? So it's not mandatory to give semicolon. But you can give semicolon, not at all a problem. Okay, so semicolon as a concept, it is there, but it is not mandatory. So if you give also nothing, if you don't give also, no problem. So we don't give it. Okay, so nowhere, no textbook you will refer, talk about semicolon, but concept wise it is there. And if you put it also, you won't, it will not impact either positively or negatively. Then why to do it? Okay, so indentation, semicolons, indentation is very critical, very important, which is not so critical in other languages. Semicolon is very critical in other languages. It's not so important in Python. It's not at all important in Python. Okay, so we'll stop here. Okay, so today we focused on how to do the format string. We learned how to format a float value. We learned how to format string values, right? And then we discussed about the escape character. These are the things that we did today. And please do practice. We'll see you tomorrow with new concepts.
Yes, sir.